Girl, hey! My name is Cambray Glover. I am a social media engagement strategist and community manager for women service providers. And if this is your first time here, welcome. And I'm so excited to have you here. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. And I really appreciate you. And I hope you will learn something new in this video. So today we're going to be talking about how much effort you should realistically be putting into your brand community. So I talk a lot about brand community because it is my favorite thing and it's so important. But before you open your community, how much effort should you be putting in? Because my last couple videos, I told you that you might be overwhelmed if you don't start it correctly. And I don't want you to feel that way. So I'm going to let you know exactly how much effort you should be putting into each portion of your community. So basically, I'll be walking you through the FEC combination of things that helps you build your community and keep it growing and stay connected with your members. And so these are the things that I'll actually be walking you through in my new program that I'm opening soon. And I'll talk about that a little bit later at the end of this video. But first, let's talk about um, how much effort you realistically need to put into your brand community. So time and effort is required. It is not that you can just open a community and people will start talking in there. You don't even have to pay attention to it. Like you may see, for instance, Russell Brunson's Facebook group. He doesn't really say anything in there, but people are always talking. It's popping in there. People are asking questions and they get 1,000,001 responses. That's possible for you, but I don't want you to go into it thinking that that's what happens in the beginning. You have to take the time and you have to put the time and effort in to get to that point, okay? So I'm going to break down what it takes to build a solid community for your brand, okay? So the first thing that we have to start with is the foundation, okay? You need to have a solid foundation. This is even before your community opens, because if you don't open it with a solid foundation, it is quickly going to crumble. You are going to feel overwhelmed and stressed out. And we don't want that for you, sis. We want you to have a solid community where people continue to come back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know before to get your solid foundation. Think about who your community is actually for. Who are you building this opportunity for? What will they love about it? Okay, what is your community all about? Okay, so for example, we may have a community that's for women entrepreneurs. Okay, we have 1,000,001 of those. Let me tell you, I'm in about 500 groups, okay? And they're all for women entrepreneurs. So why is yours different? What is it about? How is it going to help me? Okay? Why does it even exist? You need to be very clear on these things before you open your community. Before you open your doors, solid foundation is what we're going to start with. The second thing you need is to understand what you want your community experience to be like, okay? So, for example, you go into some communities, they're like, hey, promote your shit, promote your business, talk about it, and do whatever you want to do. We're having fun in here. It's a business party. We're talking about what we have and learning from each other. And then you can go into some communities, they're like, hey, no posting in here. Like can't really post. You can ask me questions, and don't promote your business because we don't want to do that here. And there are a whole lot of rules. Okay, so you need to understand, what is this experience going to be like for your ideal member, and how is it going to benefit them? Because sure, a no promotion group absolutely can be beneficial, but if you want a lot of business owners in there, why not let them promote themselves? And just regulate it, no spam, but obviously I feel a way about that. So you need to create this experience before starting your community. A lot of your effort with creating your community is going to come from really envisioning this experience and envisioning what you want people to gain from your community. So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself when you're thinking about their experience. How do you want your members to feel? Do you want them to feel scared to post? Do you want them to feel excited to be a part of such an amazing community? Okay, think about what makes it amazing, but that's a good place to start. Do you want them, just think about how you want them to feel when they are present in the community. And then also think about what is their journey like from onboarding to success. What does their journey look like? How are they transforming when they're inside this community? And then also, how long do they stay in your community? Is it for a course, so they only stay for the length of the course? Are they staying in your community as long as your course goes on? Is it like, okay, we do the course for 10 weeks and then when the course is over, they stay in here and they can chit chat, but I'm just not present? Think about what you want this to feel like and what it feels like at every point in the journey, okay? And then the last thing, not really the last thing that you want to think about is the content. How will you provide value? Again, this goes back to the video I did previously where I talked about how is your private community more valuable than just following you on social media? What makes the experience different? Okay, so how is this content going to bring me more value than just being on your email list? Okay. And then also, your content that you post, it needs to align with the goals of the group and the values of your community, okay? What is your goal here? Is your goal to gain more clients, or is your goal to serve the clients and customers that you already have using your community? You need to be very clear on that from the beginning because that will show you what kind of content you're going to be posting. So you need to think about all of this before opening your community. You need to prepare your content before getting started. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have a year's worth of content for your community before you open your doors, but you need to have some kind of solid content foundation. You know, maybe you have the templates and you have the post that goes out on Wednesdays, or you have posts for the next 3 months and you know what you're going to be talking about each month. You need to have a solid content plan, okay? And so these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. How often will you share? What does consistency look like for me? So, for example, I really like to give an example of this because a lot of people think consistency means showing up every single day. Not necessarily. Consistency can mean that, hey, I post in here 3 times a week, but I am showing up every single day to answer your questions, provide you value, to give you opportunities to speak with me directly. Okay, so what does that look like? So I hope these three things help you break down exactly what you need and how much effort you realistically should be putting into creating your community before you even open your doors. Okay, so again, that's your foundation. You need to have a solid foundation. You need to know exactly what you want the experience of your ideal member to look like, and then you also need to know what type of content you are going to be putting out and what consistency looks like for your community. Okay, so if you're thinking about creating a community for your brand or your business or your clients, but you're not really sure where to begin or how to even make this foundation experience and content come together as one big happy community, I am creating a program just for you. I will be walking you through this FEC process where you can understand the foundations and the experience and the content. So if you are ready, which I know you are if you're watching this video, to join the waitlist, to create a community for your brand that is amazing, not overwhelming, it's super easy, and it's a joyous community that you feel like you can run successfully. The link to join the waitlist for my new program is in the description, and I would love for you to join. I can't wait to talk to you more about it. So once you join the waitlist, you'll receive a couple emails from me, and I will let you know a little bit more information. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment below, and let me know which part you think will take you the most time. What part of the FEC process you're most excited about and which part you are actually most worried about. Okay, so I will see you in my next video. Thank you.